Okay. So there's been a weather warning saying that we're going to be having essentially the biggest storm that our country can have, which is to say that there'll be a handful of clouds and a little bit of rain. But it's been going off, you know, all across the country, and people have sent in pictures of thunder and lightning, and oh, this is bad. Can I get in the car?
The Batmobile is trapped beneath
No, I
the fear
can't.
toxin. I should stick to the rooftops.
Yeah, I should, but am I even going to be able to get purchase on the Lady Justice person? Because I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, we're fucked. Oh no! Whew! I was really lucky. Very lucky. But it's also been hailing, and our average hail is probably, you know, the size of, I don't know, a small, very small M&M, and they've been coming down the size of golf balls, which I think is hilarious. There's been a ton of pictures of those, but I really like dramatic weather, even though I live in a country that pretty much doesn't ever get it. And I know it's easy to like when you don't have hurricanes and monsoons and, you know, all the dangerous shit, earthquakes, tornadoes, what have you, but still, I just think there's an allure to what you don't have. You know, the grass is always greener and all that. I love this effect here, of all the spores. Like dandelions. Not dandelions, what are they called, those things? I have no idea. The things you blow and you wish on.
Clearing the toxin took everything.
Okay, so Poison Ivy helped save the day. Now we've got this really nice particulate happening that's making everything look all crazy. It's a really, really cool aesthetic. Probably quite simple to do as well, if you know anything about particle generators. So, we're being mocked by this Scarecrow. We're going to click on the main mission, because you'll notice I don't have a waypoint, which I've mentioned this a few times, and I understand the design choice of it, but it can get a little tedious continually having to pick your mission. Because a lot of games generally assume you want to do the main campaign, and they leave you to choose the optional stuff, whereas this game, it kind of leaves you to choose what you want, which is refreshing, but also a little jarring if you're used to the heavy-handed way that games normally handle this. Which, one thing in this game as well, the gliding is a lot different. They've made it much more, shall we say, arcadey rather than aerodynamic-y, because you cannot glide in the other games the way you glide in this game. Can I come in here without the car? Or do I need the car? I thought you needed the car. Then again, do I have the car? I do. Oh, there you go. You learn something new every day. I don't think I needed it. How's it going, fellas? Another tough night. Look at that, 20% capacity. There's the Riddler goon you have to grab. I am winning, dude. You see my outfit? I'm a beast. So, we're going to go over here to the communications room. In here, there's going to be this dude to talk to. And
Tell me about this broadcast.
he's going to give us track down Gordon and work with him to take down Scarecrow.
I've decoded a radio track.
Collect the remote electrical charge from the GCPD evidence room. So I like this. I think this is a really cool touch. Being able to break a display cabinet and take something. It's a cool thing.
So this is my memorial, huh?
This is also a pretty cool item too.
Now I can
The
go
wreck
after
gun, which should never be treated as a gun because it's not really how it works, but it's incredibly useful. And you can also use it in battle by doing that. Oh, I can't do it. By holding left trigger and pressing circle or B, depending on your console. It's really good too if you buy the upgraded version of it, so that when you get, you know, an ability to do a takedown, when you get your multiplier high enough, if you hold B instead of just tapping it, you can do this kind of chain stun electricity move, which looks really interesting and gives you a couple seconds breathing room. My problem with it, and with a lot of those gadget moves, is they don't affect the multiplier. So what the fuck is the point in doing them? Like, it's that thing where you do that to stun them, but the stun isn't really long enough to really do anything with. Or you do a takedown which completely eradicates one enemy. Like, why would you ever pick those moves outside of trying to do variety and going for a variety bonus? It seems like it should escalate the combo counter in the same way that... Oh, this bullshit, guys. What the fuck is going on? What's locking onto me? So this is... Who's doing that? Stop it! And I can't get out of my tank here because they will kill it, and it'll tell me that it's got like a proximity warning, which is kind of annoying when you don't want to fight. But sometimes you don't have a choice. We're cool though, we made it.
All cover.
That is a really interesting thing the game does there, where Batman spots something that perhaps a player didn't, and it's a nice intuitive way of aiding you when you're lost, which can be very easy to do when... Whoa!
Charge to power up or disable.
That could have ended badly. Really badly. Ooh, we got a fight. Oh, you don't have to do this. You can skip this fight, guys. And I'm going to show you how to, because you've seen me do a lot of fighting, and I'm hoping you know how to fight. If you don't know how to fight, I can't really help you. It's something you've got to kind of learn.
I thought the bat took him out. Toward the tank. Guess not.
So you do that, the guy opens the shutters, and we get to murder everybody in here with non-lethal rounds, or whatever they want to tell you. Takes a little while to do, but, you know, it's quick. And there we go. Now we can run over here and lower the Batmobile so that we can start doing the puzzles of this next area. So a show of hands, how many people think that that animation right there hides loading? Or do you just think they're committed to that animation because they think it's cool?
Yeah, I attacked Gotham with Bane's crew way back. Do you still believe that you are Gotham?
We need to go up here.
Soon the world will
But to do that, we need to use the tank to shoot that. Then it's going to allow us to bring the tank in and enable us to go up. I think these moments are where the Batmobile really shines, because it's not all Batmobile, but it's enough to make it feel like it's involved. And I know a lot of people are just straight up against it, but I think it's pretty good. And I still think I still think the game would be better if it didn't have a tank mode and it just committed to being used to drive you places and the occasional driving sequence. But that's stemming more from the fact that I'm not much of a guy for cars or vehicles in games. Like, it's never been something that's truly appealed. I love when this speeds up. You can't actually hit it in the intervals because it doesn't reload quick enough. It's pretty funny. Uh-oh. That did not work at all. Wow. We tried, it didn't work so great. Right, so now that we've done that, it's going to enable us to get down, get down. Okay.
You hear something? Yeah, it sounded like a... What the hell is that?
It's okay, it's just a Batmobile.
What the hell is he doing? Who cares? Shoot him!
How's it going, fellas? So that's another fight you can skip. You don't have to, though. It's entirely up to you. I do like the little unique pieces of dialogue. I think it's a really great touch. There is a piece of combat coming up here, which we're definitely going to partake in because it's really fun. You can do so much great stuff as well. I'm a big fan of this next encounter. We want to go going up or down? That way.
That's as far as the elevator will go.
Okay, let's... Aha. Right. Put some jelly on it. Get in my belly! So this is where the game introduces electric batons, which you've not seen for a while. And it tells you to overload the sticks with the wreck gun, which seems to work pretty damn well. Not quite as well as this move. So good! It's so good! Why did I do that? I gotta tell you guys, I truly could. I held both triggers. I've got the bat tank in the brain. That was wonderful. Okay. So now we can hit this. So yeah, bat claw to get people with electricity on their body. Wreck gun to get rid of people who have electric sticks. It's not a bad system, I like it. This is a sequence, that's the wrong item, that got me stuck for a little while when I first played. Hopefully everybody's sharper than I am when it comes to this particular moment. This is not the moment I'll speak. Watch this! So cool, dude. I love moments like this. It's just... ah, it reminds me of Bioshock when I first got the electricity plasmid. It's... like, they didn't need to do that. They could have just forced another combat situation on you. And you can fight them if you wanna. But it's so cooler to do that, I think. It's just really clever to intersperse it with something just a little different. Not too different, but different enough. Right.
That's as far as the elevator will go.
Oh, here we go.
I need to find a way past the obstruction of
I get
the
it.
shaft.
It's a pretty simple puzzle. We've done that before. The old... So this room, pretty big fight. You know, one of the reasons why Origins is so poor in contrast, outside of like everything I could analyze for hours, is a lot of the fights take place with so many people
Need to neutralize him.
in such a small location. Like, you see this room? If this was in Origins, it would be 1/3 of the size, and that's why it would be annoying, because it just doesn't flow right. We're going to use this to stop people from getting guns. That is a gun. And I think there's one more over here. So now, anybody who tries to get weapons in this room is going to be incapacitated, which is so cool. Because you know they're going to get guns, and if you let them get guns, it's going to be a miserable fight. But now, it's going to be much more enjoyable, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So, there's the disarm. What have we got? There's a guy with a stick, there's a medic, 2 medics, environmental hazard guy, and a guy who's running at me. So we're going to double jump over you. That was weird. I tried to do an environmental kill just then, and for some reason Batman picked a stool up. I don't mind it though, because it was still fun, but very weird on my end as a player. Does that get... oh no, dude, that was the medic! Really? Yeah, well. I need to be careful here because I don't have the camera on the right place, so it's quite difficult to see who I'm going for. See the guy go for the gun and get messed up? Whoa, medic's reviving people. Fancy that. The one thing I didn't want him to do... nah, I don't need to do that. Don't need to do that either. I want to get... build that combo. I can hear all kinds of weird stuff. It's cool. Oh no, 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 no! I wish I had break. If I could break weapons, I'd be able to stop him from picking that stick up all the time. But as it stands, I'm just going to have to keep disarming it. That was weird. We need to get... oh, camera, please. Cannot. I want to do different moves, but the moment I start doing too many is the moment you get hit. There we go. I want to do a super kick against this guy, and then a kick afterwards into this. That was a really nice fight. It could have been a lot worse. but I enjoyed it. And that's all that matters, guys. You know, you've got to have fun. Even if you're finding it hard, you've got to try your best, and you'll get there. Sometimes you'll play awful, sometimes you'll play great. We all do it.
Those boys have really done their homework. Where do you think they're getting that intel? You think Barbara told them? Oh, those sidekicks of yours. A teeny tiny...
I wonder if we could get break weapon. I keep going to the wrong thing. It's combat. I think it's on the edge. It's there. And it's 6. And I'd have to get the ground multi... You know what? That could come in handy for thinning numbers. So we'll work towards it. We might get it by the end, but probably not. My only issue with that move is it's quite awkward to press it with your thumb unless you turn your thumb sideways, which can sometimes, you know, get you hit while you're doing it. So sometimes you can accidentally get a counter attempt, which can ruin your combo, but if you don't care about combo, you should be fine. And a lot of people don't. I've seen some interesting Batman footage on YouTube at the moment of people almost not really understanding that this is a rhythm game in a lot of ways, rather than just, you know, fight, press the X button.
I'm going to need the Batmobile to destroy it and reach him.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
If I can lower the car on top of that drilling machine, I might move it down to this level.
That's exactly what we've been doing. Ooh, we need to stop this fan though. So we need to do this.
The Commissioner placed his trust in you.
But yeah, I had an issue with this turret when I first came here, just with really understanding what the game wanted from me. But
are you still the master of your own?
I get to help you avoid all that bullshit that I went through. Because there's nothing quite as frustrating as a game when you're not quite following what it wants you to do. And sometimes you can be in the perfect mood for it, where you don't mind and you'll wander around and you'll discover it and you'll feel better for doing it. Other times, it's the last thing in the world you want to be putting up with.
Now to get the back down onto that drill.
Right.
That's as far as the winch can take me.
I pressed get off the winch. Thank you. But I didn't. I pressed get off the Batmobile because I'm such a great dancer. Such a great dancer. Come here. There we go. So you want to pull this to the left to go down. Sometimes it's weird, but this should be okay. And you want to pull this all the way down to the floor where we got off as Batman, so we can go and kill the turret, so Batman can get back into the room, and then we can go to the next area. So that's the room where Batman is. That disengages the winch, and now we get to go and
down as the drill will go.
Destroy the turret. Do we? Can I cheese it? There we go. Right, come on, old Batman, old buddy, old pal. I don't think we need it though now. I think we're okay. I think we can do the next bit on our own, just with the trusty grapple. No, 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 you need it. Because there's a fight coming up in it that some people will dislike, and I don't think it's too bad compared to the other one. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Look at it! Sorry, cat. So if you remember, we pulled it to the left to come down, so you pull it to the right to go up. You don't have to be too accurate on your edges here. Just get it in the general vicinity, and the truck should just drive up it. Right. Ah, that's disappointing. You know what? I wonder if you could have opened this and gone through without the Batmobile, and it automatically puts you in the Batmobile. That could be something that it could have done. But I guess we'll never know. So, here we go. And I told you to get practiced with the driving at the beginning of this walkthrough for this sequence as well. Because if you're used to how this handles, you'll probably have no issue with the encounter coming up. However, if you're not used to it, you might get kind of frustrated on this part because it's kind of specific. So, I don't even have no kids, man. I got kids to feed. Baby, miss me, wish I had 3 hands. So immediately spin around, guys, and start boosting this way. If you hold the trigger at the start, you might drive into the blades and instantly die. If you get touched by Benny, you will die. So be aware of that, because it's incredibly dangerous. And just also be aware that the camera here is your enemy. The camera's going to make it difficult to understand how you're meant to move your car at times. It's not impossible, and it's not that bad once you get used to it, but it definitely takes a bit of an adjustment period. So, skip Alfred and his monologue, and then... Do you notice how there's 3 red things on the map? You need to lead this vehicle to each of the 3 red things, and what I do is I pull up outside of one, I spin the turret, and then I wait for him. And I know from experience that he's going to pass directly in front of me here in a moment, and I'm going to shoot him. It's going to get his attention, and he's going to come and chase us. And he's going to cover the distance real fast, so do not hesitate or you may die. And then you just need to stop your car from fishtailing, which is actually a little bit harder than you would think. So you might hear me tapping the analog. That's all I'm doing. I'm not holding forward or anything. I'm just tapping, just keeping it in line. And it's not bad. It could be worse, but I guarantee there'll be people who do not enjoy it. So now I don't know where he is. So I'm going to sit on this one, about here. You need to be careful though, because if you move the left analog, you'll move the tank, you'll move the Batmobile. So a little bit of exposition between Scarecrow and Arkham Knight. Then there should be the distance from him and us. And then I think he's gonna be. I don't know. Got my Astros on. Got him cranked a little, not a lot. See if we can hear him. You can hear the bloody tank wheeling, and the klaxon. There. So once again, just look directly forward, guys. That's where he'll be. He'll cover the distance real quick, so don't hesitate, and then come down here and. If you start getting yourself in a poor spot and you want to try and save it, use your NOS. That's what your NOS is for. Like, I'm not going to use it just in case it puts me into a bad spot, but I'm going to take my time, flick the old analog, and then jobs are good on that one. Or maybe not. Yeah, doing flips. So... You'll notice you didn't get a checkpoint, so you probably have to do all of this on one life. Don't think about that. If you think about that too much, probably make a mistake. This is the final one, so you should be okay. Right. We're going to sit just here, and then we're going to look between these 2 directions. See if we can see his light. Klaxon's a little bit distracting on this one. I did try shooting in previous attempts. I don't think it makes a difference. There he is. That makes a difference. Right. So, it doesn't matter which one you save till the end. I had 0 preference when I did this, folks. Just kind of went with it. But, this is a great opportunity to use your NOS. Because if you're going to get stopped by one of these blades, you're going to have a bad time. I don't need to tell you that, you have a brain. As soon as you hit this, you've done. And then you're going to get a checkpoint once we get to a certain area. And then that fight is done. Pretty simple. Now you just need to drive over to the green part of the map, and we can get the hell out of Dodge. There's your checkpoint.
Sir, I've remotely disabled the door lock. Might I suggest you leave?
And then directly after this, we're going to fight the Arkham Knight in a Predator section, which is kind of crappy. Not a fan at all, but that's how they wanted to do it, and that's the choice they decided on. So we'll get past it. But there's a cutscene here of it pinning you in. All you need to do is make sure you're near the hole, which you should be when you start. So back up, and then do the double tap A. You might not even have to back up. You can just double tap A. Glide out of the car, and then you're up, and you're ready to proceed to the next section.